So Discord reportedly dropped face verification after the massive amount of backlash that it received. We won. We won the battle, but we didn't win the war. Over time, we're going to continuously see things that unethically encroach on our privacy, and it's up to us to fight back when it happens. Discord was using KID and Persona to handle face verification. Now, if you don't know, Persona is it's not exactly the most ethical company. It's also Peter Thiel of Palantir is a big fan and investor of Persona. The security researchers on screen did some digging into Persona and found some really interesting things. I'll go through each of the claims made in their blog, which will be linked in the description. These face verification services are advertised as safety for kids. And safety. This couldn't be further from the truth. If you've ever used face verification on these platforms and services, then your face could be in a data center with a facial recognition algorithm that constantly checks if you're someone that is high risk. Your face gets scored depending on multiple data points, and your face is rescreened every few weeks. Some of this is speculation, and some of this is completely confirmed by source files. So let's get into the fucking shit of it. A Google IP, specifically 34.49.93.177, hosts two weird subdomains. These were found publicly on Shodan, and the subdomains in question are openai-watchlistdb.withpersona.com and openai-watchlistdb-testing.withpersona.com. I'm guessing DB means database, so OpenAI watchlist database with Persona. It isn't called OpenAI verification or OpenAI KYC. It's called OpenAI fucking watchlist. The people who made this article found 53 megabytes of unprotected source maps on a FedRAMP government endpoint, which exposed the entire code base of a platform that files suspicious activity reports with FinCEN. They compare your selfie to watchlist photos using facial recognition. It then screens you against 14 categories of data points to determine if you are a risk to the government. Some of the data that is collected is this: full legal name, date of birth, place of birth, nationality, sex, height, your full address, government documents like visa status, the actual selfie and picture of your ID that you sent, and finally the confidence score you were assigned, and other metadata like this. All of this is listed publicly in Persona's API documentation. But that is just the beginning of the rabbit hole. Let's see how bad this really gets. This has been going on since November 16, 2023, that we publicly know of according to the certificate history. Now for the government cooperation side of things, with persona-gov.com, Persona received FedRAMP authorized status at the low impact level on October 7, 2025, and FedRAMP ready at moderate impact. FedRAMP authorization is a government program which standardizes security assessment, authorization, and monitoring for cloud products used by the United States federal agencies. If you open persona for gov-admin.okta.com, you get met with this. This is a US government system operated by or on behalf of the General Services Administration. I mean, that all but confirms Persona collaborates with the United States government. Why would an identity and face verification platform need to collaborate with the government? The CSP header or the content security policy header with persona-gov.com essentially leaked their entire vendor integration stack. Basically every domain the government platform is allowed to communicate with. API.openai.com is one of those. It is a literal fact that the government identity platform connects to OpenAI's API. However, all that was found so far is that they use OpenAI for an Ask AI type feature that the operators of the dashboard use. This is currently a developing story, so it is subject to change, and right now there is no way to prove that OpenAI doesn't have access to all the data in the current moment. Other interesting things from the CSP header leak are Fingerprint.js, which are basically browser and device fingerprinting. This is pretty standard on pretty much every site that uses JavaScript nowadays. Datadog Rum is real-time user monitoring, meaning every click, every page load, where you move your cursor and how long you keep it there. Basically everything that could be tracked is tracked. On February 4th, 2026, a subdomain appeared in the certificate transparency logs, and that subdomain is onyx.withpersona-gov.com. Now what is Onyx? Well, it's used by the government, and the name happens to match ICE's AI surveillance tool called 5cast Onyx. ICE also uses the mobile Fortify app, which essentially allows anyone using it to have facial recognition capabilities off of their mobile phone, and you can also scan fingerprints with it, which is probably why some Twitter users blur their fucking fingerprints when they post. We are getting pretty dangerously close to Watchdogs becoming a reality. Anyways, here's the CT log timeline and infrastructure of the Onyx subdomain. 5cast Onyx was purchased by ICE for $4.2 million US. 5cast Onyx does automated collection of multimedia data from social media and the dark web. They basically build digital footprints from biographical data. It tracks shifts in sentiment and emotion, it assigns risk scores, and searches across over 300 platforms and 28 billion data points and identifies people with quote-unquote violent tendencies. This is very, very bad and some borderline Deus Ex Helios style shit. From the source code, no direct references to 5cast, immigration enforcement, or social media surveillance was found. The Onyx name could very well be a coincidence, or it could not. Right now we just don't know, and it's important to take note of this regardless. Here's the full source map if anybody is interested in seeing it. Anyways, what the platform does have is a send to FinSend button, and here's the code for that. It allows government agencies using this platform to flag individuals and generate FinSend filings. FinCEN is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. The same goes for FinTrack, which is the Financial Transactions and Reports Analysis Center of Canada. Here are all the suspicion types which can be reported. Money laundering, terrorist financing, money laundering and terrorist financing, sanctions evasion, money laundering and sanctions evasion, terrorist financing and sanctions evasion, or all three put together. The FinTrack public-private partnership intelligence programs are Project Anton, Project Athena, Project Chameleon, Project Guardian, Project Legion, Project Protect, Project Shadow. These projects all serve a variety of purposes, which I will not get into at this moment, but you can easily look it up in your browser in like 10 seconds. The huge part is the biometric databases, which retain and store data for 3 years. From these source files, it was found that they track all of these data points: government ID numbers, IP addresses, names, phone numbers, email addresses, geolocations, browser fingerprints, device fingerprints, faces, countries, inquiry fields, arbitrary strings, and selfie backgrounds. Selfies from KYC verification get added into these databases and are retained for up to 3 years. So for people on my Discord video asking why they should care about a simple face verification, this is why. Here are some watch list screening options directly from the source files. Rescreening can be enabled or disabled. Hypocorisms are matched, so if your name is like Margaret and people call you Maggie, that is tracked. Abbreviations, transliterations, birthplace, citizenship, nationality, residency, and the rest of this is all tracked and stored. And here is the FinCEN screening list and the potentially exposed person screening configuration. They also screen adverse media, so for example, if you upload an article that is basically like shit talking the government, that will be tracked and logged, and I can't wait to get put on a watch list with this video. Other shit that can be screened and put on the watch list is businesses and crypto addresses. The crypto addresses are surveilled with a risk level ranging from severe, high, medium, and low. Your face is also compared to world leaders and politicians for some reason, and those politicians' entire family trees, and you are scored on similarity. The machine basically asks, does this person resemble this certain politician? And it's basically answered and stored. From the verification check.ts, there are 269 individual verification checks. Only 23 of the 269 read as follows. Face versus ID photo. Face versus existing account. Spoof detection. Do you look like someone famous? Do you look suspicious? Like literally, does your face look suspicious? What the fuck does that even mean? This guy looks fucking suspicious. Look at him. Just look at his fucking face. That's a suspicious guy if I've ever seen one. Experimental ML models on your face. Selfie experimental model detection, which I'm honestly not sure what the hell that is. Duplicate selfie detection. It checks if you have the same background as anybody else. It estimates your age from your face. It checks if the age matches the ID. Detects if you're wearing a mask, and if you are, it's flagged. If you have glasses, that's also noted. And it also checks if you repeat the same pose. So we got 269 checks because you had to verify your identity to have an erotic roleplay session with ChatGPT. All this before GTA 6. I'm gonna make a full video on AI soon to discuss alternatives like self-hosting your own AI, so keep your eyes on the sky for that. If anyone is interested in the entire architecture, basically you verify your identity for ChatGPT, an inquiry is then made to Persona, your complete identity dossier is uploaded to openai-watchlistdb.withpersona.com, then you are either approved, flagged, or denied. On the government side, the face is uploaded to withpersona-gov.com, and the publicly available source code proves that it files suspicious activity reports to FinCEN, suspicious transactions to FinTrack, suspicious transactions tagged with intelligence program code names like the ones listed earlier, checks biometric face databases and retains that for 3 years. There's 13 types of tracking lists, potential exposed person, facial recognition with similarity scoring. It goes through 269 verification checks, potential chain analysis crypto screening, custom FinCEN screening list uploads, OpenAI powered AI copilot for operators, which may or may not have access to the data on the site. So the same company that takes your photo when you sign up for ChatGPT also operates a government platform that files suspicious activity reports and tags them with intelligence program code names. This is the same platform that Discord started to use for face verification before the shitstorm that ensued after they said that they would. Now, a quick summary. Why should we care about OpenAI integration if no actual surveillance was found on it? Well, it runs on the same platform that handles the facial biometrics and watchlist screening. We all know that OpenAI retains and stores any data to further the training of the AI. So your face and data can end up in the AI's training data very easily. We don't know what the AI feature on the site has access to. We only know that it is on the site and being used. So it is important to stay vigilant. Also, the face verification for OpenAI is handled by Persona, and all of what we just discussed is done by Persona. What was alleged but not fully confirmed was ICE integration, 5cast Onyx connection, surveillance vendors like Palantir and Clearview, bidirectional OpenAI data pipelines, and law enforcement features like warrant management and subpoena processing. All 5 things that I just said are alleged, but what was fully confirmed is that a financial compliance system used by the government agencies is used and directly linked to Persona and the facial recognition process. The filing to FinCEN, the biometric face databases, the 269 verification checks, the intelligence program tags are all real and publicly visible in the source code. We don't know exactly who has access to this data and who it is being sent to at this moment. So essentially, the source code reveals a platform that files suspicious activity reports directly with FinCEN, files suspicious transaction reports with FinTrack, tags suspicious transactions with intelligence program code names such as Project Shadow and Project Legion and all the other ones I said, maintains biometric face databases with a 3-year retention timeline. It runs 269 distinct verification checks against every user. It compares your selfie to political figures with facial similarity scoring. It flags you as a suspicious entity based on your face, just your face. Classifies selfie spoof risk with hard-coded rejection thresholds. It screens against 14 categories of adverse media from terrorism to espionage. It lets operators upload custom FinCEN screening lists and run them against everyone. It continuously rescans on configurable intervals. It tracks you across 13 types of lists from browser fingerprints to geolocations. It screens crypto wallets against sanctioned addresses via chain analysis. It runs experimental unnamed ML models on your biometric data. It encrypts data with shared symmetric keys while admitting that they depend on obfuscation. It runs 2 parallel PEP screening systems with known incompatibilities. That is pretty scary, and we're fucking cooked. That's all I could say. I recommend reading the article in the description, as this was basically a summary of that but in video format. So all the credit goes to the incredibly talented VM Funk, MDL, and Dziurva. Hey, that looks like my username mixed with the word kurva. Come get Peter, kitty. Come get Peter. Come get fucking Peter. You're not gonna. You can't fucking get him. You piece of shit. Fuck you. Look at this fucking Your greed sickens me, you piece of shit. Look at you. Come get me, motherfucker. Yeah, come fucking get me, bitch. I'll go all the way to the other side of the screen. You know what? I'll turn into a chud for a sec. I'll turn into a chud just because I can. Oh, I'm Peter again. Fuck you. Goodbye, motherfucker. Thank you for watching this video. Before I close this one out, I want to note that I am of sound mind. I do not take any drugs aside from nicotine. I live a very happy life and have no plans of doing anything that jeopardizes it. I don't drive recklessly, and I am coming for you, government. You hear me? I am coming. I'm joking. Become a channel member to support the channel. Thank you to our current members. You guys make this possible with the $2 I get from like the 6 of you that pay me. This is a developing story, and if anything huge happens, I will be sure to update you guys in another video or in the pinned comment below. So comment your thoughts, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until then, I'll see you. Thank you.